Alright, well, welcome to another episode of Caboose Restoration. Of course, we are here, and today we're going to be working on the roof. So, yeah, this project was long awaited, so now we're finally starting to get to it. And first, what we need to do is we have a wood block, and what we will do is, you see we have a block of wood here that we previously cut and beveled this edge to fit on this part right here. This hole right here is for the smokestack that glues on and wasn't really secured that well before, so we're doing a better job of securing it this time. What we're going to do is we're going to mark this piece of wood and cut that part away, because you see a lot of this isn't necessary. So that's why we have the square and the pencil. So that just sits right there and creates a nice base for the smokestack to sit on. This piece that we need, took it to the grinder wheel. So now we have a sanding board and we're going to finish it off. Okay, so we have a piece shaped and ready to glue in. It's sanded and it's looking good, all ready to go. So we have the trusty Gorilla Glue that we're going to use. It's a little warped.
Let's see if I can clamp it down.
Don't glue the clamp to it now.
The clamp will pop off.
Now, here's the piece that we're doing all this work for, the smokestack. So you see it's a little beat up as it is. So we're going to take it to the wire brush wheel, clean it up, and put a new coat of paint on it. So, let's get to it. Okay, after the wire brush wheel, it's looking pretty good. It's very copperish. Yeah, what they actually made this out of was copper pipe, and then they just shaped it and brazed it or something together. Soldered it. Yeah, soldered it together. And so now we're just going to clean it up a little bit more with some steel wool. Alright, so here we are stationed at our highly sophisticated smokestack holding fixture. Now what we're going to do is, you see we have it standing up, and so now we're going to prime it and then paint it. Alright, we got it back inside, primed. We touched it up a little bit off camera just to make sure it was covered. And it looks pretty good. So now we're going to let that dry and then come back with some satin black and finish it up. Alright, now what we're going to do, now that the smokestack's done, we're moving on to a different part of the project. So now that we secured that block of wood under there, we're going to drill it through. Now we're just running it through again with a bigger bit. Alright, so we've drilled out the hole. It's sized fairly well. It fits so that the stack fits in there snug. And that's what we want. We just have to be careful when we're putting it in the final time not to destroy the paint when we're putting it in. But we will be very careful when we do that. but that's a long ways away. Okay, but first we need to clean up this back wood block that we put on here to support the smokestack. And we're just sanding off the glue, or the excess glue that was put on there. Okay, it's still a little tacky, but once it dries we'll sand that off, and then we have to prime that piece. And then after we prime, I'll get back to you. Alright, so we sanded up everything pretty much, anything that needed it, and changed the plans. So now we're gonna pretty much prime the whole thing to get it one color and one coat, just to make sure everything covers well. So here we go. Well, we flipped it over and primed the other side, so now it's all one even coat, and it all looks very, very good. So we'll let that dry, and then the finished product, the red, will be applied next weekend. It's looking good, like I said, so stay tuned for the red next weekend. But now what we got going is over here. We primed this, and it's ready to go. And it dried, and so now we're ready to put the coat of black paint on here, so let's get to that. Alright, well that concludes this episode of Caboose Restoration. Next time we will get some red paint on this, so that'll be cool. And there's painted the smokestack today, we primed this, it all looks good. So, stay tuned for the next episode, and over and out. See you next time. Which I don't know the location of right now. But what we will do is have people walk out of the garage door while I'm trying to film.
What?
What? What? So what we're going to do is mark this piece of wood.
You can edit it, go on.
I know I can. Is mark this and creates a nice space for the smoke taps. Whoops, I didn't want to do that. Blah, get in frame. The smokes, and then put some pizza on it. Put some pizza on it, and some pepperoni. Okay.
Do we have one that's open already?
Oh.
Check.
Okay. Oh. Our next step is to good time for the red. I don't know where I'm going with that.
What's this?
What?
I don't know what to do with that.
Oh yeah.